Hello, roofers. Hope you're doing awesome today. Today is Friday, and so I'm thankful for it being Friday, as I'm sure you are too. Welcome. My name is Helen DeVries. Welcome to our new series. And our new series is called From Zero to Roofer. So I hope you like that title there and you can connect with that. So we're going to start on the ground floor here with it. So our first training today is actually going to be on your essential tools and materials that you need to have when you're out looking for jobs, doing jobs, just getting ready and preparing for your roofing business. And I know there's a lot of debate. First thing, many roofers say that, they don't need a truck, they only need a car, they can put the ladder on top of the car. But I really want you guys to consider this. I do believe you need a good roofing truck. It's an investment in your business, but you can get a good used truck, that looks good when you drive up to a customer's home. Doesn't have to be a brand new truck or anything like that. It could be 10 or 15 years old, but just so it runs good and you look very presentable when you drive up to the customer's home, because that is really important. Those first impressions that a customer gets, from you. One thing for you arriving to your appointment on time. That's really important. And as roofing contractors, we always have a problem of being there on time. Things come up, we're delayed on the job, that we were working on before we were coming to the customer's home. But just be sure and keep in communication with the customer that you're going to be 15 minutes late, that 30 minutes late, even an hour late, or even if you're needing to reschedule. Customers really do understand that, but if we don't call, then, they're in limbo. They took off a day from work and now their day is all messed up. So your chances of getting that roofing job goes down real low. So I do believe, though, you do need a truck. It doesn't have to be anything fancy or spend, mega bucks or anything like that on it. I know a lot of salesmen, they're driving a car, but then they've got the ladder on top of the car. And, of my opinion, that just doesn't help you in the case of getting, your roofing jobs. So I would try and put aside some money, keep saving that money to get a truck if you don't have one. So that's the first one there. But I'm going to actually share the screen with you. Um, and so show you a list that I actually have. And I just thought I would go through the list with you. Like I say, this is our new series, From Zero to Roofer, How to Launch a Roofing Business. And this can help you whether you're just starting a roofing business or you've had a roofing business for many years. So we're just going to go over some of the basics. So these are some essential tools and materials. Um, of course, a hammer, even though I know we use, like a roofing nail gun or staples or anything that you're using out there, it's always good to have a really good hammer. And I've learned from experience that it's worth paying the extra money for some, name brands of this equipment that are going to last you a long time. That if they fall off the roof, that they're still going to keep on ticking for you. So that's the first thing is, a hammer. And of course, you can get these, from Home Depot, Ace Hardware. Those are places a lot of my clients use. A lot of different hardware stores, actually, but Lowe's, Home Depots, and those type of places. And then also you do want to have a good utility knife. So that, when you're trimming shingles, cutting anything, cutting boxes, whatever, that you have a good knife with you. And we used to use a lot of the belts with all the tools in it. And I think those are like really helpful. Just be sure don't weigh yourself down too much with them, but when you're climbing on the roof. But those are really helpful, and it's worth, getting like a good tool belt, to help you with carrying your supplies up the roof. Okay. And then also, like I mentioned before, a good roofing nail gun. And just, keep in mind that you're going to have to keep that nail gun, in good condition, repair it, clean it, and that type of thing. So it will pay off to get a good nail gun. We used to buy from a local supplier of nail guns. And so we had 10 or 15 nail guns, and we would just rotate them, taking them in to the shop, just leaving them, and then coming back later, the next day or two, and picking those up just to keep them running so we didn't have any issues on the roof. Make sure your compressor, your hoses, and all of that stuff is in good condition. Be sure, if you have a crew that works on the job, employees, make sure that they're taking good care of those tools for you, so you don't have any neglect there. And then you want to have, of course, a good ladder so you can, get on the rooftops, if you, or, climbing on 2 or 3 story rooftops, you're going to need a pretty good size ladder length to get up there and do that. And for those, we used to get most of that from ABC Supply. Of course, you can get it from Home Depot, Lowe's, Beacon, any of those suppliers, but we use the Warner ladders. And I think those are really good ladders that last you a very long time. And when we speak of ladders, make sure, you have a ladder rack on your truck. And then when you have that ladder rack, that you've got it, bungeed in like really good so it doesn't slip off the ladder rack on the truck. There's been many accidents where ladders are just flying down the interstate. So we want to be sure that we're taking a look at that to protect everybody. Okay. And then, of course, whatever safety harness and protection gear that you need, it can be like a lot of, we're roofing a lot that our knees, get bad on us. So the knee padding, I think, is a really good thing to have. My husband used to wear those like all the time, just to keep your joints protected and everything. And then, of course, if you need some type of safety glasses or harnesses or anything like that on a steep roof, you definitely need to make sure that you have that gear. Okay. And then, of course, some chalk always, just for your straight lines and for your shingle alignment there. It'll save you a lot of time, making sure you don't have crooked shingles all over the roof. But then, your roofing shovels, if, for tear off roofs, or you're just, shoveling up things around the yard after the job is done, that comes in real handy, along with a wheelbarrow, just for the little pieces of shingles and, running the magnet for nails and things like that. And having a good magnet runner, I think that's really good. A lot of nails get on the ground, and we don't want customers running over nails. You used to have so many flat tires sometimes because we had nails and buckets and everything. So be checking your own tires as well to make sure your tires are good. Um, so then we also need our measuring tape. Of course, even though we have Eagle View and all of those, we still want to keep a measuring tape. And I would get a very good measuring tape, that's going to last you. We used to get 2 or 3 of those. I used to hide one measuring tape. So when my husband couldn't find the measuring tape or somebody borrowed it, that there was an extra one there for him. So that's real important. And then, you want some good roofing shoes. It can be, just a good pair of tennis shoes, that has good grips on the sole so that you're not going to be slipping off the roof. So that's real important. And some guys, girls, they do wear boots too. So whatever, works for you as far as that goes. And then also you want to have a caulking gun where you can caulk around a chimney or any shingles or anything like that for like an emergency repair. You get called in to a repair as you're driving in your truck, then you've got all of these supplies in the truck with you and you're ready to go. And you can go ahead and start earning money right then and there. And then some tin snaps for cutting metal and flashing, and any roofing material like that, that your utility knife is not going to, and you need to shape it in a certain way. So those tin snips, they really do come in handy in a lot of areas. And of course, all of these things, you can get at Lowe's, Home Depot, ABC, Beacon, these places, any hardware stores. I just know sometimes the hardware stores might be like Ace Hardware, a little bit more expensive than what you could buy at Home Depot. Plus, Home Depot probably has a better variety. But if you are looking for something specific, then Ace Hardware is definitely the place to go to, of my opinion anyway. I always go there for those hard to find things. And then you can get a roofing square just to make sure you're, keeping your shingles all squared out and everything, especially if you're starting out new and you're learning how to lay shingles down. And you can set some goals up for yourself, like you want to be able to lay a square of shingles, in an hour, 30 minutes, or whatever it is. So those are some things you can do there too. Tarps, you especially want to have some tarps in your truck. You never know what storms we have come through. And then when the storms come, then nobody can find any tarps. So always have some extra tarps in your truck there. And then shingle remover. You can also have a good shingle remover on in your truck with a good spade on it there for lifting and, taking off the shingles on the roof. So that can help you a good bit. And then keep a little bit of drip edge, so you can put that on the edge of a customer's house. Some people use drip edge and then some people don't. I think more people now use the drip edge than what they used to. In the past, we would only put on drip edge if, a customer actually wanted that, but I think it's more of a general rule nowadays. Um, and then make sure you have some felt, some underlayment, some 15 pounds, some 30-pound felt. We used to keep about 6 rolls of those in the back of the truck just to make sure, we could cover anything with it. Especially if you're doing a roofing job and then you happen to, you didn't order enough when ABC came out to deliver the shingles, then you can grab some out the back of your truck, or, if you're trying to reflash a chimney or in a valley, all of those places that underlayment will really help you out. Because the less trips we can make going back to the supply house, the more money we can make on our jobs. Those trips, it's a 2 or 3 hour trip, going there, coming back, stopping, starting, and all of that kind of good stuff. So that can eat into our profits, and we don't want to do that. So, and then make sure you have your roofing nails, regular, roofing nails, 7-inch nails or whatever. And then also, if you're using nail guns, that you have plenty of boxes of nails to put in the nail guns. So, and you'll lose some nails in the nail gun, so you want to have extra. And then you just want any sealant or tar, or anything you're going to need to seal some joints or, or gaps or anything. And you might even want a little bit of single ply to keep for flat roofing in the back of your truck, when some little case on the roof that you do need, to torch down something. So, and then your metal flashing, you want to keep some flashing, get some roll flashing that you can keep in your truck, that you can cut and bend to whatever shape that you need to put on the roof edges, your valleys, your chimneys, your vents, anything like that. And then, if you are using a ridge vent, you want to have some ventilation products in your truck just for emergency repairs. Any roofing job you're going to do, you're going to kind of match the colors and everything up with that. But this is just some materials and equipment that I would recommend to you to start getting together, for your roofing business, and kind of keep a checklist of what you do have in your truck. That always helps. And I am going to include on this training video a checklist of all the things here that I have mentioned. And then that way, once a week you can check, on Monday or Sunday night, make sure you have everything in your truck to have a good job. But that's all that I have for today, but I did want to share that with you. And if you have any questions, please do, put that in the comment. And we are on all of the major social media networks. We have a free group in Skool, and we have a paid group in Skool to help you grow your roofing business. We're on TikTok, we're on LinkedIn. We have a YouTube channel that's where you might be listening from here. So we just look forward to helping you in your roofing business. And we will see you in our next video. Bye-bye.